A very good morning, guys. And today is the Sensex expiry. Last Thursday, the auction moved Sensex almost 300 points in the last 2 minutes. And everybody remembers it. So, what does the market price for round 4 this morning? Around 10% IV, cheaper than the last three rounds of almost 13 to 14% IV. So, Sensex straddle is trading around 374 rupees for the day. 26 lakhs calls are pressed onto 77,000 strike, 24 lakhs of which added yesterday itself, and the crowd clients walk in the short fifth record put sold of almost 7 lakh puts that they are carrying overnight. So this is the fireworks that are going to happen today. Expiry decides at 3:30. The uncross decides after 3:26. This is the Tanmay Edge. You are listening to episode 107. I'm Tanmay Kurtaguti. Let's go. So, first, Sensex closed yesterday at 76,909, just below that 77,000 strike, 325 points lower, 0.42% lower. First close below that 77 strike, 1,000 strike that we saw. Expiry future remained at almost 77,000, 81 points basis points above that spot close. Max Pain stands at around 77,000, 90 points above the spot. The fight 77,000 is present with 25 lakh calls. 24 lakhs calls got added over there yesterday itself, and we have around 17 lakh puts also sold in that same strike. The support, if we talk about the support, is at the current level of 76,900 to 77,000, where 19 lakh puts are present, of which almost 16 lakhs got added yesterday itself. And then the bigger support is at 76,500, almost 19 lakh puts present over there, 11 lakh of which got added yesterday itself. And the resistance, the first actual resistance stands at 77,500, where actually today the magnet should shift in after the open, where around 28 lakh calls are present. PCR, if we talk about, is almost 0.57, so decisively call heavy. Gamma, the negative gamma is present below 76 977,000, and above 77,000 we would see the steam getting the strike itself of 77,500. So this is indicative, not the close. Flat into the window. The move will again happen today after 3:26. So keep a watch on that as well. So Wednesday's tape for Nifty as well. Nifty closed at 24,078, down 76 points. The seventh straight lower close that we have seen. The staircase trend has remained from 24,472 to almost 24,078, almost 400 points down in last 7 sessions, and today we are going to retrace around 200 points back from there. So the low was 24,025. The 24,000 base case held nicely. The breadth was 16 is to 34, 16 losers, 34 winners. Wix was 11.33. The defense sector was down yesterday at 1.49%. The week's darling cracked. IT was the only green yesterday and 0.73% positive. And another wild late print near 24,200 in the Nifty's closing session before settling around 24,078, that happened in the cash. The daily uncross circus continues on the cash session. And for yesterday's scorecard, I'll take a 4 on 5. The full scorecard is available on rupeecase.com. You can have a look over there. So now let's look at the client's data point. So the clients have a naked put book which started at 5.74 lakh, then 6.08 lakhs, then 6.61 lakhs. Yesterday we saw 6.97 lakhs, and finally we closed at 7.13 lakh puts have been sold. So plus 2.73 lakh calls have been bought. So 7 red days, 5 records. Nobody has ever needed 5 warnings, and the clients are still holding that. And we should give it to them, where today they are going to get paid on the gap up. The smart money, the lean dot got booked. Pros bought back the entire zero point 0.7 lakh call short at the lows. The month's only directional lean got covered in, and a swing of 1.05 lakh calls was seen. Their book now is exactly opposite what we saw yesterday. Now they have long calls of 0.33 lakhs, uh, almost 1 lakh short puts, long puts, sorry, back to long wall and long straddle is what they are playing for. So the lesson, they picked a side on Tuesday, milked it for 2 days, booked it at the bottom. That is how a lean is traded. And FI's future short remains at 2.10 lakhs, first time over 2 lakh in this month. Call short almost 3.14 lakh, first time over 3 lakh. And yes, FI cash, again they bought 408 crore of cash in the cash market, whereas DIS bought 3974 crore cash. Uh, so the fourth big check in the last 8 sessions we have seen. And the Nifty board, the Bhav copy is telling us the max pain stats at same 24 250 to 300 levels, around 150 to 170 points above the spot closing. And into the open, we are going to open around 24 200. So call writers are present at 24 100, 79 lakh calls got added over there. 24 200, almost 1.1 crore calls are present. So that is where we are going to face the first resistance. 24 300, around 1.16 crore calls have been written over there. Almost 36 lakhs got added over there. And the last strike is 24 500 with 1.49 crore calls. So roughly 2 crore calls got added in yesterday's session. Every bounce strike is sold, and support is present nicely at 24,000. 1.37 crore puts is the base that is holding. So PCR is at zero point 0.7. Weekly straddle, if we look at, is around 235, giving us a weekly range of around 270 points. That is around 24,000 on the bottom end to 24 300. We still trade in the same zone. Front IV is just below that 10 mark. Resistance now sits at every 100 points, starting from 24 100 all the way till 24 500. Every strike is written. So Thursday morning, today, we are seeing globally, first the gift nifty is up by almost 150 points, and we are going to open towards that 24,229 zone. So a good break into the 7 day round downtrend that we are seeing. Kospi is higher by 6%. Yesterday's 5.4% crash fully rebounded. So Nikkei is up by almost a percent. Hang Seng is up by 0.86%. Shanghai is up by 0.68%. So overall, Asia is ripping higher. Dollar index has broken that $100 mark and is trading around 98.8. Gold exploded yesterday to a record 45.28 and is currently trading right now at $4,500 dollars. So Brent is at 91.92, still above that 90 zone that I'm worried for, but slowly coming down. USD INR, another record high. That is a bad thing for India specific, and has closed at 95.76. That is the lowest close we have seen. And the gap lands the Nifty 24 230 exactly into the call resistances of 24 100 to 24 300. So on rupee case, on Wednesday we saw a negative day of 0.59% versus the benchmark of 0.32%, the cycle first red alpha for the day. And overall, since Monday's rebalance, still a positive alpha of 1.53% remains. Avalon is up by 15.7%, Rubicon is up by 11.10%, Paris is up by 8.63% since rebalance. So the plan for today is simple, and and we remain buy on dips. So we are not going to change the stance. Sensex first. So the day is 77,000 is on the sustained side where we are looking at the bottom. So the first real resistance would come at 77,500 where almost 28 lakh calls are written. So we could see oscillation happening over there. So selling 77,500 iron flag today, for today's expiry, would be a good trade. On the bottom side, I see 77,000, if it breaks, the first resistance is 76,800, which is unlikely to happen, but keep a watch on that 76,800 strike as well. The straddle is trading around 374 points, giving us a range of almost 470 points on each side. That gives us an opening range of almost 76,900 on the bottom end to 77,800 on the upside. So keep a watch all of almost 800 point width that we are going to see. Don't carry anything into the last window, because Sensex is where we are seeing expiries to be very volatile, and in the last few minutes the markets are moving very drastically. Nifty, the 170 point gap up is opening into the fresh resistance zone of 24,300, so keep a watch on that. Seven lower closes, and we are finally going to see a update today. So reclaim and hold 24,250 for the first few hours, and we could see the markets breaching through 24,300 as well, and then towards that 24,500 mark. One green day does not change the size rule. Small defined risk and is what we are going to trade into, because markets below 24,300 is not a good close. And if you like today's episode, guys, share it with one trader friend who needs it right now. Subscribe on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Stream it live and first on rupeecase.com, and give it a rating, guys, if you want to add something. Have a very safe expiry, and see you all once again tomorrow morning. Until then, have a happy Thursday and a happy expiry.